Hey gang, Ed here. And congratulations. You have already done the most important part of today's lesson already. Surprise! Well done. Yes, the fact that you turned off your content creation at the 10-minute timer and then you didn't think about it again for the rest of the day, didn't look at it, and waited till today to look at the editing will improve your content creation out of this world. It really is phenomenal. The biggest rookie mistake that people make, and sadly we're taught to do this in school, which is such a tragedy, is that we aren't taught to separate the act of content creation with the act of editing. They're two different things. They use two different parts of your brain. And unfortunately, we try to do both things at the same time, and it's crazy. No pro writer, no pro content creator of any description, I don't care what it is, does that they don't edit while they're writing, because you can never get going, you can never get a flow going. There's a heap of science behind this, but trust me, that's what the case is. So by resting, by leaving that content to rest, and by looking at it today with a fresh set of eyes, when you go to edit it, and you have your editing hat on, then you're going to find it so much easier, and you're going to do so much better a job, because you're not going to rush through it, because you're fresh. If you just edit it straight after you write it, you're going to miss spelling errors, you're going to miss all sorts of different things. Trust me, I know. Okay, so biggest thing you can do is always separate your content creation by at least sleeping on whatever you've done. You know, in this day and age, it's so tempting to be able to push stuff out quickly and publish quickly. It's such a great temptation, but please don't do it. You'll improve your writing out of this world if you do it. Now, me teaching anybody how to edit is hilarious because, as I've pointed out, I failed English. And by the way, I hope you were noticed yesterday and were riveted by my incredible typing speed. I wasn't typing that way just to be funny. That's how quick I type. In other words, that's how slowly I type. Yet, with the 10-minute period, I can easily knock out a decent-sized blog post, particularly by the time I've whittled away all the rubbish that we'll do today. So, how did I learn, given that I failed English, how did I learn to edit? And I'm by no means good at this. And that's an important thing too. You don't have to be perfect. And often I find people who are real grammar psychopaths, I love you guys, honestly, probably let that get in the way. They let that perfectionism get in the way of publishing. You don't want to go too far the other way and never publish. Separate it by a day and then publish, and that's it. But the book that rocked my world about this is this one. It's The Elements of Style by Strunk, E.B. White, and this is the illustrated version, which is just beautiful, which was illustrated by Kalman. I love this book. It's brilliant, and it really helped me write so much better because I just didn't understand anything. I just took no notice in English at all. So, and by the way, if English is not your first language and you're doing the challenge in your own language or whatever, it doesn't matter. The same thought processes, the same editing processes apply. You just use your own grammatical rules, okay? So what we're going to do now is we are going to now go across to Market Samurai, where I've already edited the piece that I've put together for grammar because, and again, people will find still 15 problems with it. But I've edited the piece. But what I want to show you is just the two little things. People talk about all this SEO writing, writing for SEO and all this sort of stuff. It's all rubbish. There's just a couple of key little things you need to do. And we need to do what's called tag our article. And of course, Market Samurai makes it super easy. So let's me stop talking and let's go across and let's have a look at the Market Samurai screen, and I'll show you exactly what you will do. Take you a couple of minutes and then you can be off to the races. So your action point today is just to edit your article. Now for bonus points, just before we go, why not take another 10 minutes, hit the timer, and just get into the habit of writing a little bit, even 5 minutes if you've only got 5 minutes time, just to get yourself in the habit of creating some content to edit tomorrow for a bit of practice. All right, let's go to Market Samurai and I'll show you the next step. All right, so I've edited my article. I'm sure grammar Nazis out there could find a whole bunch of things wrong with this, including I've spelt extraordinary wrong, so I'm just going to delete that. And okay, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about writing articles for SEO. All that you need to worry about. Oh, this is going to be hard, isn't it? Okay, so we've got our article. You can see I've changed the headline here a little bit from yesterday. And look at that, vintage electric guitar. That's our keyword. I'm going to put it, just to be perfect, I'm going to use vintage electric guitar, the best performing investment of the past decade. There's my headline. And then you can see in the first paragraph here, look what I've got. I've worked in vintage electric guitar in the first paragraph. When you're editing, that's all you need to do. That's it, done, fixed, and then let the rest of the article go naturally. You'll notice that I do have some other occurrences there, but some people talk about 1% keyword densities and all of this, and make sure it's not over the blah 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 blah. You don't have to worry about it. Just make sure the phrase you're targeting is in the headline. Make sure it is here in the first paragraph, and you are sweet. The other thing we need to do is, and I love to do this by copying and pasting myself, is we want to copy that and we want to paste it down here, because down here is your handy dandy tag section. And so you just separate those by comma, and you can see Market Samurai already puts that. And then just go through by looking at basically tags are things that search engines use to figure out what the article's about, and they use them to varying degrees. So we want to just pick out, again, people publish all sorts of stuff on this, but for me it's just do what works and what makes sense in these things. So Les Paul guitar would be another one I'd probably use. Just what's if you were being helpful to a user, what would you tag up? What would you do? What would you add? And that's it. It's all you need to do. You might use some of these names. In fact, because I've already got commas there, I wonder if I might cheat. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it works. We'll go copy. We'll paste those in. Look at that, it works. How good's that? So there we are. That's more than enough tags. You just be natural about it. You don't need to bulk add in dozens and dozens or hundreds. And that's it. Keep it really simple. Keep it really, really simple. Phrase in the headline. Theme phrase in the headline. Theme phrase in the first paragraph. Now, yeah, I've bolded it. I'm not sure that makes any difference whatsoever. But, whatever. It's so easy to do in Market Samurai. You just highlight it and hit the big B button up there, just like you would in a word processor. So I just did it. Then I didn't care whether as it turns out, vintage electric guitar probably does occur a couple of times in there, but then I've grabbed my tags, and they're just the obvious tags. Again, I'm not stuffing or keyword stuffing or doing any of that. It's pointless. It's useless. Just always ask yourself, what would somebody who's interested in vintage electric guitars, how would they describe this article? And then, just always save, very important. And then tomorrow, we're going to show you how to use this button, publish, to publish. So you can do everything inside Market Samurai. How funky is that? All right, hope you enjoyed today's lesson and you realised how powerful it is. For bonus points, make sure you go and just hit that timer, 10 minutes. Even if you've only got 5 minutes, do a 5-minute timer and write another article. That would be really, really good so that you can edit tomorrow. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a real good crack at it, because it'll really change the way you do things. All right, have fun.